You asked Kat, I've been thinking about this since you folks invited me up here, and I see a lot of folks that I thought do as much as myself or more. And so, like, am I deserving of this? I sure appreciate, it is the greatest job in the world, you ask these guys. When you do what you love, it's not work. That is so true. Going from a volunteer department, you show up one night at meeting when the association and the department were all one entity, and they voted you on. You stood up and said, basically, I want to get on, and you know, they looked at you, and if you didn't fall down while you were walking, or you could chew gum and walk at the same time, yeah, we'll put this guy on. 1977. I think Harold had just taken over, Harold Ballinger, and Chief was Burl Singer, I believe, had just. I look forward to working with Burl, and I joined the department, and a month later he says I'm retiring. I didn't know Harold very well, and who knew Harold anyway, but good guy. And the years have gone by, volunteer calls. If you went to the meeting and you said you made 12 calls that month, they were wondering, what are you doing? You sitting here waiting for calls? You know, that was a lot. A lot of folks made 4 or 5 calls a month. Couple hundred calls a year. We started out with an engine, a tanker, a couple squads, a grass fire truck. And look what we've got now, 2 stations, 2 engines, a ladder truck, 3 squads, brush truck, runabout. Part-time people, I got to work the first part-time shift on Mondays over at Station 2. I'm getting paid to be here by the hour. I couldn't believe it. You know, that's what people dream of. And then I got the opportunity to work after I retired from the school. I worked 1 day a week, and then eventually it became 4 days a week for several years. And you know, I actually had time to devote things. A lot of these folks that came before us still did the things that we do now. Bought the turnout gear, inspected trucks, repaired pumps, patched boo-boos, wounded egos, saw terrible things that people shouldn't have to see. And they did those things as volunteers. They went home, and their wives probably took as big a beating as anybody. Somebody's got to listen to them vent. Seen some really horrible things. Seen some great things. The 2 kids from the car in February of 2010, upside down in a 38-degree creek, were rescued by some of these guys right here. And I just happened to be part of that crew. And what is it? They're about 15 now, right?
Yep.
There were 2 at the time.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah. So, you know, you think about those people that are walking around, enjoying life, healthy. Maybe we, you know, pull them out of a wrecked car, out of a burning house, from an upside down car in a creek. And that's the reward. Like I say, when you enjoy your job, it's the greatest job in the world. No offense to folks that work in other professions, but from this side of the mirror, it is. I see we have a great future. That's why it seemed a little easier to go. We've got some young folks coming on, they're in class, they're eager. They want to do a good job, and the future's bright. You always thought, would I want these folks to come to my house if I had an emergency, if Kathy had an emergency? and undoubtedly, without 110%, other than they're across the street, these are the folks I want to see come. And when I have, if, knock on wood, any emergencies of any kind. So, congratulations to where'd David go? The new lieutenant.
They walked away.
Yeah, he walked away. There he is back here. Congratulations, Lieutenant. And whoever gets the next, I hope I get to hear about, see who gets that promotion. It's great when you get the bugles. And if you know anything about the bugles, the history of that was before radios, the officers would give commands through the trumpet. It was like a megaphone, basically, like a cheerleader to firefighters maybe on the fire ground on several floors, a distance away. So the joke is when you're an officer and you get bugles, depending on the circumstances, they're either bugles or plungers. Some days they're plungers, some days they're bugles. You remember all of them, and I won't forget this, that's for daggone sure. Much appreciated. Thank you for everything that everybody's done for me. I could not be right here saying 40 years if not for a lot of folks here and folks that have gone before us and are no longer with us. But they deserve praise. It's not a one-man show, one-person show. It definitely takes a group. So with that, I thank you. The plaque is wonderful. The camaraderie here is wonderful. I still don't like you. No. We did. It could come to blows there more than once, but what's one of the things that's lacking today, I can disagree with you, but I don't have to hate you.
Correct.
And eventually, he saw the right, and I corrected him. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you this evening.